I think this is on. Okay, so I'm gonna try and like talk about my story, kind of how I became kind of a monetized musician. The trap that like I fell into, as many other artists fell into, especially like when you first get your first kind of streaming money, and then I mean a lesson, firstly how to get there, but also why you might want to be careful when trying to get there. So uh, I started making music maybe 2020 when I was 13 maybe, and you know it wasn't with any kind of monetary idea. Like when you make it in the beginning, you just like to listen to music and try it out, you know, try and learn music production. And so I did that, became decently good, and I tried selling beats, and I didn't get any like kind of sales at first, but I started like getting some collaboration. I was really good at making drums, so I sold a few like drum loops and kits, and that's how I made my first kind of few bucks. Nothing serious, but just networking and that. And then in 2023, maybe, I started kind of recording my own voice, trying to rap over beats and shit. And then 2024, I became somewhat decent. And yeah, started trying to like market it, and just not really like that serious, but just maybe like posting a few reels, put a few TikToks. And you know, I mean, maybe 1,000 views on videos and here and there. But 2025 is when it really kind of hit. I remember my first kind of 20K like monthly listeners, streams, whatever. No, it was 20K monthly listeners in like February of 2025, and that was kind of big for me because people actually liked my music, and that was like, what? People actually like my music, and that's when I really started getting monetized and making money of music. And I'm gonna take exactly the big trap that I fell into. Because obviously, like, how does it feel to make money of music, money of something that you love? It feels great. Obviously, you could have guessed that, but and a big but, it changes kind of the relationship with the art, with the music, and kind of the dark side of being like a monetized artist is that like it changes kind of how you view kind of the purpose of doing it. Because I remember, obviously, at first you're just doing it to have fun and express yourself and whatever. It's great, but and a big but. No, but it really quickly kind of makes you think about streams instead and like money, instead of like kind of doing it for the art and doing it for the purpose. Because I've noticed that instead of kind of like just making whatever I wanted to make, I started looking at, you know, other artists around me and like what they were doing, and you know, copying the formula and trying to, okay, change my lyrics to this and that and write about things that I probably don't want to write about, and making songs that I didn't want to make because I was like, you know, I want to make money, because at the end of the day, money is great. But the problem is, as soon as you do that, like it's the moment where you kind of like make that switch of, okay, fuck it, it's fine, I'm just gonna do it for some money, and trying to compromise for more virality and streams and whatever. The second you do that, you're gonna hate it, because basically, and it took me a long time to figure this out, but if you think about success and your like idea of success and what you define as success, basically, you probably define success as, you know, getting money and getting streams and whatever. But in the beginning, it wasn't about that. You know, in the beginning, success is just making something and enjoying it, enjoying the process and enjoying the product. And then basically what happens is success is only determined by your input. Okay, it doesn't matter if others like the song. The only thing that matters is that you sit down, you do the work, and you enjoy it. And that is success to you in the beginning. And that was for me, at least. And basically, the big thing about that is like your success and your idea of your own success is fully determined by kind of like your own kind of input. It's fully in your control. Like the only thing that determines if you're successful today is if you sit down and do the work. You know, it doesn't matter like the external things or whatever others think about the song, or what's, you know, popping right now, what's going viral on Instagram. The only thing that matters is that you sit down and you did your business, and that's a good day for you. But the problem when you start kind of rewiring that and thinking about kind of like monetary stuff and monetary gains, the view of success is no longer just having fun or creating something. The view of success is, I need external validation in order to like be successful. I need people to stream my stuff. I need people to view my stuff and follow me. And that is not a bad thing, you know. like wanting to be successful and make a living out of your music and reach some level of like financial freedom. But when you do that, basically what happens is your idea of success is no longer fully in your control, because your idea of success is no longer valued upon like your input. It also is dependent on the output that you get from that input. And you can't fully control that. I mean, you can obviously make better songs and make better videos and whatever, but you can't fully control if you're gonna make money or if a song's gonna blow up. You never really know what's gonna happen. And the problem is now that you're not in control of your view of success. You're not in control of your enjoyment when it comes to making music. Because if you succeed, you're gonna enjoy it. If you fulfill your goals, you're gonna enjoy it. And if your goals are somewhat uncontrollable, it's gonna ruin the creative process. And so that's kind of what I got slapped in the face with early on. It's like it took a few months, honestly. And yeah, I think the only way to kind of succeed, honestly, is to just do whatever you want to make. And then kind of like without thinking about the marketing, just do whatever you want to make and like package it in the right way. I mean, it's really kind of nuanced, but like what I always look at is kind of like the big artists, because the big artists, they always have like a team. You know, they just make what they want to make, and then they have a team who packages it in the right way. For example, if you look at like the Kendrick Lamar's and shit, like he makes whatever art he wants to make, and then he has a big team that you know tells him, okay, we're gonna package it in this way, and we're gonna market it in this way. And so his mind is not focused on the money or fame or numbers or what he needs to do to get those numbers. His mind is fully on whatever he wants to make, and kind of that's the idea of success that we want to keep. But when you're an independent artist and you want to do everything yourself, it gets skewed. Especially when you start looking at like YouTube and shit. Because what happens is basically everyone on social media and YouTube is gonna tell you to, you know, make these viral TikTok templates and Instagram reels. And so you're gonna try that, but you're not doing it because you like doing it. You're doing it because you want money. And if money comes or not, it's not in your control at the end of the day. Like there's obviously a level that you can affect, but the things you get out is never really fully in your control. It's gonna be hinged on whether it hits the algorithm. And you can do things to like almost kind of like guarantee that you get like streams and whatever. But that's only gonna happen if you enjoy the process, because otherwise you're not gonna be doing anything that's right now. Like, and that's kind of like the slap in the face that I had to get from kind of like reality, is that do it because you like doing it, not because money is necessary. Like, don't think about kind of like your art in a monetary fashion, because like even if maybe thinking like that like theoretically should make you money, it's not. The only way you're gonna get like successful with your art is if you just remain pure with your art, especially in like 2026, because there's AI slop and there's everything these days. You know, big corporations that are gonna do like the viral stuff, that they're gonna do the basic stuff better than you. The only thing you can do better than them is being yourself and being authentic. And at the end of the day, don't like listen to these people who say that AI is gonna take over music. At the end of the day, like no one can replicate humanity. No one can replicate like the human authenticity. You know, because art is like art is a reflection of life, and you can't reflect life if you're not alive. You know. So an AI can't do music. So just try and focus on like being authentic and doing you, because you're gonna outcompete everyone else. Because no one can be you. And I know it sounds cliche, but that's the truth. So when you think about like, you know, what to do to make money, making music, just the answer is double down on being you and learn how to package it in the right way. And right now I'm looking for artists to do like who I can help for free, because obviously I'm done making music for personal reasons, but I want to like help, and I want to, you know, use my knowledge and share my knowledge. So if you're an independent artist, like completely like I want to just help like for free, like just talk about, you know, like what's the struggles right now with music, and like I want to help build a brand in the same way that I kind of did for myself, while still like keeping it authentic. And yeah, I mean, if you're kind of interested, please, first link in the description, just a free call. I will just build a brand for you, because I want to help people now. I feel like I'm done with my big arc of like trying to become an artist, and but I feel like before I go, I need to spit some game and I need to help some people. I need to like, you know, just yeah, just yap and yap. No, but on a real one, kind of like the biggest thing I learned is that you can't really like you can't force connection like music. At the end of the day, I think the biggest like, the way you will make money of music like the way you will make money of music is by connection, and you can't fake connection, you can't force connection. Like you have to just sit down and thug it out and just be yourself and double down on yourself, and then package it in the right way. Because I'm telling you, like, you're definitely interesting enough, and you're definitely good enough to like connect with people with your music. And yeah, if like, I think the problem is not like you as an artist. The problem is always you don't know how to package yourself the right way, and it's easy as fuck. And I want to help people do it. So please, please, I'll help you for free. Literally, just I need something to do now that I don't make music anymore. So yeah, I mean, I hope you kind of enjoyed this video or whatever. Peace.